Hello, my noble band of outlaws. Outlaw Samurai coming at you live with a video. Yes, it's been forever since I made an up-to-date video. And by up-to-date, I mean up-to-date chronologically for where I am now. But that is not the point. The point is that this is a One Piece theory video about Joy Boy. And potentially his connection to not only Roger, Shanks, but also Luffy as well. To a degree. Now, this is mainly going to focus on a connection that I kind of just drew from catching up with the manga to Roger and Shanks and Joy Boy. Now, as far as I know, Shanks does not have a D in his name, and D's in the world of One Piece are an extremely big deal. Anyone with a D in their name is a big player in the overarching storyline. Just like, for sake of being able to say this, Joy D Boy. We all know Joy Boy may more likely would have an other name. Personally speaking, I've always thought the D stood for devil, but it may also stand for divine. One of those two, but that is not the point. The point is of a technique we see Roger using, called divine departure. Now, what it is basically a haki-infused slash. What haki is basically the manifestation of one's will in One Piece. There's observation, armament, and conquerors. Now, I basically believe that you need to have all three types of haki in order to use divine departure, since it's mainly a conqueror's haki. The basis of the attack seems to be Conqueror's Haki, which is the ability to inflict your will upon others. Anyone who has Conqueror's Haki can do insanely powerful Conqueror Haki-based attacks. Armament and observation. Observation to aim, armament to enhance its destructive power, because armament Haki is basically turning your will into a shield. Vulcanization. When Zoro does it, he turns his sword blades black. Or when Luffy and Sanji do it, their arms and feet. Well, Sanji's legs turn black, and Luffy's hands and arms turn black. With armamental haki. Here's what I think. We've seen that Joy Boy, in the latest chapter, spoilers ahead, he infused his haki into a rope. How he did that, we don't know yet. But what I'm thinking is, the technique that Shanks and Roger both use is divine departure. Now, here's what I'm thinking. Divine departure. They both have D's at the beginning. So if the will of D is a divine will, keeping up with me here, what if Joy Boy was the first person to use divine departure, and through the centuries, those with the will of D have all been able to use divine departure, because so far, that aside from Garp's Galaxy Impact, divine departure is the most powerful haki technique we've seen, and only 2 people have used it in story's canon. That would be Gold D. Roger, the king of the pirates at the beginning of the One Piece story. He used that against Kozuki Oden and Whitebeard. And Shanks. Now, as far as we know, Shanks doesn't have a D in his name, but he was on Gold D. Roger's ship. Now, divine departure may just simply be an original technique created by Roger himself. Oda has not come out and said that, as far as I'm aware. But I'd like to imagine that if the will of D does mean divine, or divine will, that divine departure is basically like the ultimate kind of offensive version of that kind of attack. Now, obviously, since Shanks uses it as well, divine departure can be taught to other people. However, you do need Conqueror's haki in order to use the technique. You can't just use it with observation and armament. And I know I'm probably just grasping at straws here and probably just trying to make connections where there are none to be connected, but I literally put about 5 seconds of thought into this before I made the video. And if it turns out to be true, then I'm a theory genius. Just saying. But I'd like to believe in my headcanon that Joy Boy was the one that originally created the technique of divine departure, and then throughout the centuries it was passed down through the generations of those with the will of D in their names. Or it was passed down from one person to the next. Now, if Roger himself created the technique, then kudos to Roger. Okay, he was a badass to begin with. But that may just be something that could connect the bearers of the will of D to Joy Boy, is if they're able to use the divine departure. And if Shanks does in fact have a D in his name, Red Hair D Shanks, then that would just give more credibility to my theory. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you think that you have to have a D in your name to use it, obviously Shanks used it and he doesn't have the will of D, or if Joy Boy himself created divine departure, which isn't too far of a stretch in my mind, that Joy Boy was the one to originally create and or discover such a powerful technique. In any case, let me know what you think down in the comments below. Sorry, it's been a while since I've made any fresh content. Been busy keeping up with Outlaw Granny and getting her readjusted at home. And just haven't really found time to make a big backlog. So, until next time, I'm out. Peace. I'm out one piece. Yes, you knew I was going to make a corny-ass joke at the end. This is me we're talking about, people. I'm out. Peace.